Good morning, everybody. How are we today? I apologise for being a tad late this morning. My internet has been playing up, and I have had trouble connecting to the internet this morning, so I apologise for being a tad late. We normally go live at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and you're joining Beck from Beck's House of Craft. So let me know if you're here in the comments section. Let me know and say hello. If you're new, welcome. Thanks for joining me. We do this segment every Saturday morning called Breakfast with Beck. So I hope that you can join me this morning. If not, at least watch the replay. And let me know if you're watching the replay. I love to see it when people join me, especially new ones. All right, guys. So today it is World Card Making Day. And what a day. I have the awesomest card to show you today. It's a little bit technical, but I hope you can keep up with me. And the beauty about this being recorded to Facebook is you've got the replay. So you can go back and watch it as many times as you like and get all the measurements and all the tips and tricks for being able to create this wonderful fancy fold card that I'm going to show you this morning. As I said, it is a little bit techie this morning. So, hey guys, how are you this morning? Thanks for joining me. Hey Lynette. Hey Marianne. Hey Julie. Hey Jan. Hey Maura. I hope I haven't missed anyone. Hey, Renee. Thanks for joining me this morning. It's World Card Making Day. Yay! The one day of the year we get to celebrate as card makers. So now I was going to teach you a box today, but I'm like, it's World Card Making Day, Beck. You can't teach them a box on World Card Making Day. That's just not going to fly. So we're going to teach you a fancy fold card today. So I'm super excited about showing you this card. So if you're joining me for the first time, like I said, welcome. We love having new people joining us. And there's some exciting news. They're having like so many sales at the moment. And I don't even know where I've put my paperwork in. All the angst this morning to try and get on with the crappy internet that we've got at the moment. I've lost my paperwork somewhere. So we have a starter kit special this month. You get to join Stamping Up and join my wonderful team. For $286 worth of product, but you only pay $169. I mean, bargain. What a steal. What else have we got? We've got 30% off the kits collection. So any of the kits collection that's online, not including the scrapbooking kits, but just the kits collection, it's 30% off. We have new demo online exclusives. So if you join now, you're able to get those brand new demo online exclusives. And then they've thrown something else at us this morning, which I haven't even had time to make a graphic for. They're giving us 15% off all the stamp sets in the annual catalogue, not including bundles, but the stamp sets. So between the 7th and the 9th of October. So Tuesday. So Tuesday, you're going to get 15% off. So, oh my goodness, what a month and what a time to celebrate World Card Making Day. All right, I'm going to flip you down. So let's flip you down and we'll get started. As I said, it's a fancy fold and it's a little bit techie. So if you want to, grab a piece of paper and a pen so you can write down measurements. All right, just a tip because it is a bit tricky today. All right, I'm going to point you down. All right, so the card that we're going to make, I've made it, but I've only sort of made like a rough. A very, very rough sketch. Or 7th is Monday, is it, Mary? Oh, well, there you go. Monday. Thanks for correcting me. So, yeah, awesome. So this is the card we're going to make today. I know it looks pretty plain. I always make a card base, or when I make it, out of scrap paper. I have made another one, but it's drying still. I made it with, I'll show you. Anyway, it's a bit of a techie card. Look at this. Woo! Look at that. How awesome's that? So we're going to make that card today. As I said, it's a fancy fold. And I have made it here with some cardstock out of the new paper. Like, how awesome's that? So I'm going to show you how to make that today. So, all right, let's get started. So we're going to grab some cardstock. So I'm going to repeat because I just love this autumn paper, so I'm going to repeat that, but I'm going to pick a different coloured card base. So I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use copper clay. What do you guys reckon? Copper clay? So I'm going to grab some copper clay cardstock and my trimmer. All right. So if you've got your pen and paper handy, you need to take down some measurements. All right. So the measurements are, I'll cut all the measurements first, and then we'll sort of put it all together as we go. All right. So I'm going to cut 16.5 centimeters off, and then I'm going to cut at 10 centimeters. So I'm going to cut two of these because I need a front and a back. Okay. So front and back. So that's my card bases, front and back. So you need two at 16.5 by 10 centimeters. All right. The next one I'm going to cut, I think that's long enough, and that is, so I'm going to cut it at 15 centimeters by 10 centimeters. Okay. And that's our little mechanism piece that it's going to be the fun flippy fold out thing. All right, and then I'm going to cut, what are these ones? Ooh, but I'm not going to get two out of that. So I'm going to get one of that out of that, and then I'll have to cut it another scrappy bit. So I need two pieces at 7 centimeters by 5 centimeters. All right, so you do use a little bit more cardstock than we would normally to make this fun fold, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. Right, let me see if I've got a little scrappy bit to get that other one out. And this is where all your scrappy bits come in handy. If mine were all in the bag, that would be awesome. So I need one more piece. I'll cut it out of this. So I need one more at, we'll go 5 centimeters by 7 centimeters. All right, so we've got, so I'll rerun through it. You've got two pieces at 7 centimeters by 5 centimeters. You've got one at 15 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And then you've got two at 16.5 centimeters by 10 centimeters. All right. All right. And then we need a belly band, but I might use, we'll cut this down for a belly band. I need a new blade. Goodness me. So I'm going to cut this down to 14 centimeters. And I'm going to cut it at 2.5. I definitely need a new blade. It's making it go all fuzzy. But if you know the trick, you get a file with your and you just rub it along like that. And it kind of extends the life of your blades a little bit, but it takes all the fuzziness off your paper. All right. Now, so I'm just going to have all of these bits. So we've got our two pieces by 16.5, 15 centimeters by 10, and then we've got our belly band and these are our two little wing pieces that come out. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make some marks on these with my scoring tool. So I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to pop it into the 1.5 centimeter mark on the long side, and I'm just going to do a little tiny mark on the edge, just enough so I can see it there. Then I'm going to flip it around and do the same thing at 1.5 centimeters on that side, and just make a little mark. And it's just marks for me because now I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to cut it, or not cut it, sorry, score it between those two marks. Okay, now you can do them separately. Now you'll see, if I bring it up to the camera, I have a score line going across on the diagonal. Okay, so now I've got two pieces. So if I flip one around, I've got two opposite pieces with a score line in the middle. Can you see that? Yeah? All right, so we're just going to fold those back and forth. That's going to be our mechanism part. So we want to be able to fold that. All right, like that. Now, I'm going to cut some DSP to go on that. So, let's get out that autumn. I love this autumn paper. So, And when you first start making it, if you make it so that you don't have any direction on your DSP, so like it's a non-directional one, so like this one here, it's probably going to be a little bit easier for you to manage and understand. So, all right, what we're going to do now is we're going to cut 2 pieces. So I'm going to go to 6.5 centimeters, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 4.5 by 6.5. So 4.5 and 4.5. Okay, and these bits I'm going to stick onto these pieces here. So I'm going to stick this on here and this on here. Hey Kim, I've got 2 Kims joining me this morning. Kim Donica and Kim Prentice. Hey Kim. Kim Prentice is my cousin. Hey Kim, how are you this morning? All right, so I'm going to grab my glue now, and I'm going to glue these down, but I'm going to just accentuate. Oh, I did the wrong corner. Look at that. I'm going to make sure that I got lots of glue in this corner where the fold is, because I don't want it to pop off that fold when I open my card up. All right. So we're going to pop that there, and I'm going to leave that to dry because I want that corner to be nice and, you know, glued. I don't want it to lift when we make the fold. So I'm just spreading that glue out. And this is why we call it yucky glue, because it goes everywhere. All right. So I'm going to pop that up there. Now just let me get a wipe so I can wipe that glue off my hand. All right. Now I'm going to cut some designer series paper for our front piece here. So this is our front panel. So let me get that really, really cute Christmas tree one. All right, so I'm going to use, well, it's not Christmas. Well, it is trees, but you could use it for Christmas trees if you wanted to. And then I'm going to cut this at 9.5 centimeters. 9.5. And then I'm going to cut one at 13 centimeters, like that. And then I'm going to cut another one at 2.5 centimeters. Let me go in this way. 2.5. Whenever I'm cutting small centimeters or small amounts, I always use this side here if it's up to like the 4 centimeter mark, just because I've got a nice straight line here and I know that this is going to be nice and straight then when I cut. So 2.5. Okay. And then this piece is going to go on here like that. And this one is going to go here like that. See how we flipped it around and used the other side of the paper there? All right. So I'm going to glue that down now. So all of our glued pieces get a chance to dry. So it's a pretty cool fancy fold. And I just thought it was quite apt for World Card Making Day, which is today. So, and I'm super excited too today because my friend Shani Hayes is coming down from South Australia to visit us. So I'm really, really excited. And then we're going to go to Phillip Island and spend the weekend together down there. So that makes me even more excited. All right, so that's my front, that's my back, that's my belly band there. And then I've got my 2 pieces up here drying. Now, we're going to do this. So this is our middle piece. So remember, this was our 15 centimeters by 10 centimeter middle piece. So now what we're going to do is we're going to score it at 7.5 centimeters. So in half here. We're going to fold it in half, like so. Grab your bone folder and give that a good score, because this is our mechanism piece that's going to make it all work. All right. Then on the folded side, so this is my folded side here, I'm going to pop it back in, and I'm going to make a mark down the bottom here at 1.5. I'm going to lift my blade up and make a little mark there. So I'm not scoring it all the way through. I'm just making little marks, just like we did on these little side panels pieces. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the folded side. So the folded side here, I'm popping it back in, Make a little mark there, and then I do the same on the other side, a little mark there, and then I'm going to turn it around. Oh, I can hardly see my little mark there. There we go. And going to score that triangle on the corner and do the same on this other side here, like that. So then I get two, hopefully you can see it, I get two triangle marks on each side of my paper there. All right. So then we want to just fold them back just to give them that bit of a crease line like that, because those are going to be our bits that fold in. So if we fold them in like that, so then you've got your two little pieces that are folded in. All right. Now we're going to cut some designer series paper to go here. Now once again, if you do this as a non-directional piece, it won't be as confusing, but to do it as a directional piece, you need to make sure, because it opens like that. So when you're sticking it down, you need to make sure that your direction's going the right way. So let me see, I think I've got a couple of pieces here that we can cut down. So we're going to use a directional piece, and this is, I'll show you how we do that. All right, so now we need to cut two of these. So this is 9.5 centimeters by 7. So I'm going to go 7 and 7. And it's already cut at 9.5 across. Then I'm going to pop it on the two pieces together here. So one will go like that and one will go like that. But I'm going to cut this corner off here just so that we don't have a lot of bulk in the corner. Okay, I hope you guys are following along. As I said, it is a little bit of a techie card today, so I'm just making some little marks here in the corner. So I'm making sure I've got a nice border around the edge, and then just making some little marks where my fold is there. All right, so then I'm going to cut those corner pieces off. So I've popped them together, but one's upside down and one's the right way. And then I'm going to cut those corner pieces off. So this is just, you're just cutting this corner piece off just so that you don't have a great deal of bulk in the corners when you have your card done. Hey Heather, how you going? And I was a little bit late today jumping on as well. All right, so we're going to just glue those down now, and they're going to go into this piece here, like that. And then this one's going to go in the top here. Please let me know if you're following along, if it makes sense, if what I'm doing makes sense. I don't want to lose you all. All right. So now we have this will be our folded piece here. So it'll go like that. It's a bit hard because you're sort of working back to front. And these are our little corner pieces. So I'm hoping that my glue's dried there. As I said, it takes a little bit of time for the glue to dry, but once it dries, it's okay. So we're just folding that now and putting that crease into our DSP that we glued on after we popped that in there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue. So I'm going to pop a bit of glue on that top fold there, and then on this one here, like that. And we just want to spread that glue around and make sure that that's going just into that little creased bit there. And then we're going to pop that down. I'm just going to see that that's fine. Yep. We're going to pop that there like that. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to pop that in there, and we're going to pop a bit of glue just on our folded bits. And I'm just spreading the glue with my finger just to make sure that that glue is nice and spread out on those folded bits. And I'm just basically lining up my score line here with this score line and the edge of the paper. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to let that set for a minute and wait for that glue to dry. While we're doing that, we're going to do some stamping. So I thought, because we've got the 15% off stamps, I really need to add that to my little list of things that are happening this month, because there's so much happening. We're going to use the Bird's Eye View stamp set today, and I thought this would go really well with this paper. We're going to just stamp some images down, and then we'll have to fussy cut them out because there's actually no dies for this one. So I thought across the front here, if we do a nice little branch, and then we have our little birdie sitting on it like so, and I might even put a pair of glasses on him, but we'll just stamp some images and see what comes of it. All right, so I've got some white cardstock here. Let me grab some blocks. 1 block, 2. It's a cool stamp, isn't it, Mary? I love this one. It's birds. Anything with birds on it, you know, that's me. I'm done. I see a stamp set with birds in it. Oh, I got to have that one. That's for me. Alright, so I've just got some early espresso ink out here. So I'm just going to stamp down my branch here, like that. And then my birdie's not going to fit on that. So I need to just grab another scrappy bit of white. I've got so many scrappy bits of white cardstock hanging around. We'll stamp our little bird down here as well. And then we need some greenery, some leaves. So I'm just going to grab the little leaves there, and maybe we'll grab some old olive. And then we need a sentiment too. What sentiment will I use today? I might use, actually, you know what? I'm not actually going to put a sentiment on the outside. I'm going to put one on the inside. All right. So then let's grab some markers. So I'm just going to grab my favorite color of markers, the pecan pie. And I'm just going to color this in just quickly. Oh, I think I need a new pecan pie. Oh, this isn't going to be very promising, is it? All right, maybe we might need to. Oh, I'm not even going to bother with that lid because it's dead. I'm going to colour it all in dark. That's what you get for doing live TV, see? All right, so I'm just colouring it in. I'm not actually going to shade it or anything. I'm just colouring. I could have probably just stamped on pecan pie, but I like the variation. I am going to get the lid because, you know, my OCD can't handle that sitting there even though it is all dried up without a lid on it. Oh dear. Alright, and then I'm going to grab, I think, what will I do? I might do, let's just see what light some So Saffron does on those leaves, just to colour the inside of those leaves a little bit. I don't want too much colour on it, but just enough so that they're not white. And then my little birdie, I think I'm going to cheat. I'm going to colour him in with some crumb cake. So I'm just going to lightly colour in his little wings here with some crumb cake and around his belly. I'm going to cheat a little bit like that, and then we'll pop a little bit of dark in here. This is how you cheat, colour in and cheat. And then I'm going to grab my colour lifter and just blend over the top of that, just so he looks like he's a very pale white bird with a bit of colour in him. See that? So see how it's sort of just blended it in a little bit, but not giving him a great deal of colour. So that's kind of like, that's how we cheat colour. And then I'm just going to grab some wild wheat and colour in his little beak, because you can't have a plain beak. All right, so it's probably pretty good that I'm going to do all of this and fussy cut this out, because, as I said, we've just got to wait for all of this to sort of, for that glue to dry, because the mechanism will work better when it's dry. And if you're impatient, kind of like I am, because, you know, I'm a lazy stamper and I want everything to happen like straight away, then it won't work. Trust me. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know that. All right. So we're just going to cut around the little birdie here. I should have cut some glasses for him and popped some glasses on him. Oh, well. We can do that. Oh. And then I'm going to just fussy cut. I wish that they would release dies for every stamp set they release. I just love dies. Dies to cut out all the shapes would be awesome. Who's with me on that one? Who would love it if they would just release dies for every stamp set that they made? How cool would that be? Alright, so we're going to do that and that. And then I'm going to fussy cut out these leaves and just randomly pop those leaves down. Oh, wouldn't it, Lynette? It would be so good. Alright, so I'm only just going to stick a few leaves on. I'm not going to get carried away. Yeah, I mean, you could do as much as you like on the front of it. But we have to stick it all down, so you can't make it too bulky on the front, and because of the mechanism, you'll need to have it all glued flat. So, all right. So this is our front panel. So I'm just going to, actually, I'm going to just cut that off straight there. Like so. So I'm going to pop it there. I'm going to glue that down. So I'm actually doing a Wing It Wednesday here. I'm just winging this. I haven't actually, oh, wouldn't you credit that? It fell, glue down. Look at that. Goodness me. Here. Here's a baby wipe I prepared earlier. Yeah, fussy cutting. I don't mind fussy cutting, but, you know, too much of it, it's not a good thing. Just saying. Alright, and then I'm going to use that glue that's just squirted out underneath there to hold down my leaves, like so. So I've got like little bits of glue. I'm going to go like that. That is splurted out because I put too much on and then I dropped it, like so. Having dies would make it so much easier, but then what are we going to do while we watch TV? Yes, well, that is true, Ruth. You know, the old dilemma. We fussy cut while we watch TV. And then I think I'm going to pop him on there. See how he stands out amongst all the trees? It looks pretty cool. All right, so once again, flat glue, because if we were to pop it on dimensionals, our little mechanism is not going to work properly. So we're needing more long flat glue. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't put a bit of glue underneath his little legs. That's going to make life difficult for me, isn't it? Let me see. Can I lift his little legs up? Let me just pop a bit of glue under his little legs there. So we just need to make sure that that's all glued down. So if you don't like yucky glue, this probably isn't the card for you. Just saying. All right. We'll get rid of that and get rid of that. Now we can all stick it all together and you'll see the magic come to fruition. Actually, I can stick, I'm going to stick a sentiment on the front. I'm going to stick it on my belly band. All right. So I do need to score this panel here at 3 centimeters, which will be in between those two die cuts or the DSP. So I've just scored that at 3 centimeters. I'm going to fold that over so that becomes part of the front of our card now. All right, now let's watch this magic occur. Because we've pre-folded all of this now, when we fold our card in, it should fold. It should fold in like so. So see how, because we've pre-folded all of that. So the DSP I'm using, Mary, is from the Autumn to Remember Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. But you can buy the whole pack of paper by itself as well. So it's part of the new scrapbooking stuff. All right. So see now how when we open it, see that? Yeah, da, da, da. It's magic. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this down with the opening, that opening up the top. So this is our back panel. Remember our 16.5 by 10 centimeter panel? So I'm going to pop glue all over this back panel here, like so. And then I'm going to attach that down to my card front here. Or the base, should I say. I just want to make sure that they're all flush and level there. Like that. So, and then look at that. So you just want to make sure, like I said, if it's too wet, it won't work properly. So you need to make sure that before you start folding it and things, that it's all nice and dry. So, all right. And then we're going to pop some glue just on this top panel here, like that. And pop this one on there, like so. How cute is he? He looks really cute. And he stands out too on that DSP on the background. All right. Now this is our little belly band piece that we're going to stick here. I'm going to have to stick some glue underneath these. Let me just pop some glue because there wasn't enough. If it was a normal card front, it would have sat all right. But I'm going to pop some more underneath those because you want them glued down a fair bit. Like that, because they're going to slide underneath that belly band. Now my hands are all sticky because I've used yucky glue today. A lot of it. All right. Let me just... Now, our little belly band piece here, I'm going to score at 2 centimeters on one side there. I'm going to leave the other side because I'm just going to measure up like so. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch this back bit here so I've got something to hold when I'm pulling it out. All right. So let me grab the punch, this punch here. And I'm just going to punch in this back panel here just enough to give me a little cutout piece so I can grab that front panel without grabbing the back panel, like so. And it kind of makes it like an easel, so when it stands, it's like got a pretty easel on the back there. So see that? It's like a little easel. All right. Now we can attach our belly band. So we want that about 1 centimeter from the bottom. You don't want to go any higher. You could probably do 1 centimeter, and then I'm just going to fold that over. So we've got that join there. So I scored the first one at 2 centimeters here, and then the second one I just folded over just so that I knew it was going to be the right measurement belly band. You could score it at 2 centimeters, but you kind of need to allow for the score line, which is, it's just as easy to fold it. All right, so that's about 1 centimeter. Just making sure on my grid here at the background, yep, I've got it level like so. Now I'm just going to leave that belly band to dry a little bit, and we'll stamp a sentiment, and I'll pop it across the front here. So I'm going to grab my little box of sentiments, my Oh, little box of die cuts that I have out ready to go. What do I want to use? Oh, I could use this long skinny one like that. What do you reckon? Or I could use, nah, that looks a bit silly. I like that long skinny one. Then I've got to find a sentiment to go on it. I like that circle one too. Maybe I'll use that one. We'll use that one. Alright, so what I am going to get is my go-to stamp set from the annual catalogue, Simply Said. So if you don't have this one, this is probably another one I use all the time. It's just the best. Look at the sentiments on it. Let's celebrate, thinking of you, happy birthday. It's got everything that you need for every day. Alright, so I'm going to simply do, I don't think my birthday wishes would fit on that. Oh, look, it will too. I'm going to do birthday wishes. And I'm going to stamp that in the old olive. Like so. Alright. There's been no voting today. We haven't needed to vote today. Probably because I wanted to show you this fancy fold for World Card Making Day. But sort of didn't want it to go like all day. So, and I think I need a little bit of DSP underneath that. So I'm just going to grab a scrappy bit of DSP here. Might have to trim that down. What else have we got in our little bag? Have I got any skinny scrappy bits? Oh, I have too. Look at that. So this is why I don't throw bits out. That might be too skinny though. You might be pushing your luck a bit there, Beck. I could go like that. What do you reckon? We could go like that across the front and then that underneath. Oh, I think that looks all right. What do you think? Like that? Just to break that bit up a bit. What else have we got in the little hot bag here? This is why we don't throw things out. This is why we're not hoarders, we're collectors. And we like to keep all of these things. But I think that looks all right like that. What do you reckon? Waiting for the delay. DSP looks like rain. It kind of does a little bit. Narrow strip looks good. All right, cool. So we'll stick that down. A little narrow strip across the front there. Now, once again, if you decide to make this card, if I've inspired you enough this weekend to have a crack at making this card, I'd love to see what you create through our Craft with Beck page. So Craft with Beck is a private group page where we get to share. We've got nearly 100 members in there. And we get to share all of our creations in that Craft with Beck group. So I can stick this piece on dimensionals because the where's my take a pic tool? I've got like 3 of them floating around, and do you think I can find one of them? Oh, here we go. Because this belly band over the top doesn't affect the mechanism working at all. Alright, so we'll go birthday wishes. And on the inside too, you can get, you know, as fancy as you like as well. Alright, now, this is where we pray and hope that our little mechanism's going to work. And we pull it down. Oh, see, this is where it's going to get stuck underneath me little me thing here. Alright, I need to just trim that off because that's getting caught on my belly band. See, this is why we don't do with Facebook Lives. All right, so then we pull it down. Oh, like that. There we go. How's that? So you can get as fancy as you like with it, and once you use it once or 2 times, it'll start moving a little bit easier once you move it. And you can get fancy and you can put little animals on here, and you can put white pigs on here where they can write. But there you go. So a fancy fold card for World Card Making Day. So how do you like that? So I did make it with, so this is with cardstock, and my pink template, which is what I made it with the first time, was with my, with a pink old pink cardstock. This is why I keep all of my old retired cardstock, because I make all my templates with that paper so that I can see that it's going to work for starters. And then I made some with the brand new two-tone scrapbooking paper, just to see, because it is a bit of a lighter weight cardstock, but I think you kind of need that. See how it doesn't quite want to work as well? You need that heavier weight on the cardstock for it to work. So I've done all of the homework for you so that you know what to use and what not to use. So this is the lightweight cardstock. This doesn't work as well as what cardstock does. So the thicker the cardstock, the better it is. And as I said, you just need to make sure that all of these pieces are flat on the front so that you can, you can slide it down underneath that belly band. So, and because I've stuck them on there, it's now not going to work. Well, it does work. You've seen it work. You know it works. Oh my goodness, now it's stuck on me leaves. All right, try again. All right. There we go. There we go. So they've got to hold it at the top to open it. So there we go. Anyway, it works. Oh, it does work. My pink one works a lot easier because I don't have bits on the front of it. All right, there we go. World Card Making Day. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that fancy fold. I've probably done my belly band a little bit too tight. It probably needs to be a little bit looser. So I probably needed to have that fold a little bit looser here, which is what I've done with this one here. But it does work. See? It works. Oh, the joys of Facebook Live. Hey, everybody. The joys of Facebook Live. Well, I hope you're celebrating today and you're going to make some cards. As I said, I'd love to see your cards that you make in our Craft with Beck group. Don't forget, we've got all of these wonderful specials happening at the moment. You've got the starter kit special where you can spend $286 in product and only pay $169. We've got 30% off kits collection. There's the new online exclusives that at the moment only demos can purchase. So if you join, you can purchase those new online exclusives. What else have we got? And the new promotion that dropped this morning, which is 15% off all stamps in the annual catalogue. So lots to see and lots to look at on the Stampin' Up website at the moment. So, all right, I'm going to flip you back around before before things go crazy. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. As I said, I'm so looking forward to spending time with Shani down at Phillip Island this weekend. I can't wait. It's going to be an awesome weekend. So fingers crossed for me that the weather holds out and it doesn't start raining or be too windy. Because you know me, I don't cope very well with those things. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Wednesday for Wing It Wednesday with Beck and Luke at 8 p.m. or next Saturday morning at 9 o'clock for Breakfast with Beck. All right, bye for now.